Hi everyone, welcome back to Young and Wifed Up. This is Marcella.
And I'm Gabby.
And thanks for joining us this week for another episode.
Before we get started on today's episode, I want to talk to you guys quickly about Earth Hero, especially with the holiday season coming up, the season of giving. If you want to have a one-stop shop for all of your gifts this season, this is a perfect place to start, especially if you're trying to get away from Amazon or bigger corporations and you want to shop more sustainably this year. This is a great option. We have a 10% off your entire purchase code, Young and Wifed Up, and you can also use our link in our website.
Yeah.
What else do we have going on?
So, if you'd like to support us and subscribe to our Patreon, we also have a link for that in our website. You might be able to just search us up on Patreon.
Yeah.
Also,
Young and Wifed Up.
Young and Wifed Up podcast. There's 3 tiers that you can choose from depending on what you are willing to contribute.
Yeah, your budget.
And yeah, there's different perks for different tiers, and we've been loving interacting with our patrons that we have on there so far. We get to kind of like comment back and forth on posts and like exclusive content, and also for our top tier we have meetings on a monthly basis, Zoom calls that we do and just chat for a good hour or so about literally whatever. And it's fun, just like girl chat the whole time. Oh, that's what you were
What are we doing special this week?
So for this episode, obviously this is our gift guide episode. It's gonna kind of give you some ideas for the holiday season. We are putting another Patreon exclusive episode as an extension of this. So if you like gift guides and gift ideas, we're going to be putting even more content.
14 more.
Yeah, on our Patreon of different ideas we have for good gifts for your friends and fam. So
yeah, and Patreon is also where you're going to get all of the links for today's episode. So we're going to tell you where to get everything today, but we're also going to have special links so that you can have everything in one place if you join our Patreon subscription, and that is for all 3 tiers.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Also, I just wanted to have a quick reminder about our Facebook group. That's where we have weekly prayer requests. We have self-promotion days, and then we also just lift each other up and have discussions about various topics, especially regarding the episodes that we're talking about. And if you are already in our Facebook group, you already know our lineup for episodes for the month of November. So that's one of the biggest perks of being in our Facebook group, is not only do you get the community, but you also get the sneak peek into what our content calendar is like for the month. So make sure to join our Facebook group. It's free 99.
Free 99.
So this is our bigger episode that we do in the beginning of the month, where we have a chance to kind of catch up on what's been going on in our lives. So Marcella, how has your month been going? How was October for you?
It was good. We celebrated Eli's first birthday.
So precious.
At the beginning of the month. It was very low key. We just had like immediate family over. Yeah, that was like probably the biggest event.
Definitely a milestone. And he's starting to walk.
Yes, he's taking. I feel like he could walk a lot more than he's
just being lazy, man.
He's being so lazy. Crawling is technically way faster, so I can understand why he prefers it, but I do want him to walk more. I think because he sees like Seth running around, it's like making him want to walk a lot too.
Yeah.
And like everybody cheers for him.
It's a big ordeal.
It's really cute.
Everybody knows with a kid, walking is like the milestone. Everybody's waiting for them to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was fun. And then, October, we didn't really do Halloween-y type stuff this year.
You did Reformation Day on the Sabbath.
We did, yes.
With the homies.
We did do that. Yeah, that was good. And I don't know, besides that, just been day in, day out.
The daily grind.
The daily grind. Yep. What about you?
Been reading Harry Potter still. I'm almost done. I know I mentioned last month that I had started it.
Yeah. What book are you on?
So I'm on The Half-Blood Prince. So I'm almost done. I'm about 50% or a little more than 50% done with that.
You have like 3 more books. No, 2 more.
Just this one and 1 more. There's only 7, right?
Yeah.
So I've been really enjoying those books. I'm loving them so much. And I've also just been reading in general. Which we've been doing a lot lately, the two of us, but I feel like this month I just read some really good thought-provoking books that made me think about changing my entire life.
Wow.
So yeah, there was one that was actually really good that I kind of want to recommend but also not recommend, so it's kind of a hard spot to be in. But I want to recommend the things that he's saying that are good, but it's John Mark Comer's The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And it was definitely worth the read, but I would read it with extreme caution because he has progressive theology and kind of social justice stuff sprinkled in everywhere throughout his book. So I almost contemplated putting it down a couple times because I was a little bit stressed that it was going to continue on that trajectory.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a really good read. And that book in particular really made me think more about why we are on this like journey of doing as much as we can as fast as we can. And not just that, but also like consuming things, like how we consume things, how we work, how we do our day-to-day, how we view sleep, how we view food and eating. Like it was just a really thought-provoking book. And his main ideas essentially are that we should slow down and enjoy God and kind of take things day by day. And that's really hard for me because I'm a planner.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
And it's also hard for me to not be tempted to fill my entire day to the brim with productivity, which I think I can kind of err on like overdoing it because I do still think that our day should be fruitful and good and filled with things. But I also think that I can have anxiety just sitting down. And that's not a good place to be. That's a really bad place to be. Yeah. So it was a very convicting book in that sense where I felt like I was being kind of exposed of my own temptations to, you know, rush my life away. And I started thinking like, oh my gosh, like what did I do with my 20s? And started to kind of, you know, like just really thinking about the things that really matter and the things that we should be prioritizing. And I don't know, there was this one really like, I promise I won't talk about this forever because we're going to talk about our gifts. But there was this one really specific point that he made about history and how in the medieval ages and a little bit after that, the average person's sleep was 11 hours.
Whoa.
And that was not just the elite. Everybody slept for an average of 11 hours a night. And that was really crazy to watch and hear. And he obviously has more thoughts and expands on it. But it made me think about how we kind of, I don't know, when somebody sleeps in, we kind of judge them. Or it's like, oh, you're wasting your day away. But the time that they were awake was extremely productive and they were like hands to the plow type thing. And it was just really like shocking to hear he has other tidbits about history and how they handled mealtime and how they handled sleep and and I think it just made me really realize how much our overconsumption lifestyle has really just like made us these zombies. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was just a really...
Maybe we need to do another Patreon exclusive on what we've been reading.
Yes, I think maybe next month because I don't know, we've both been reading a lot of stuff that have been getting us to think about a lot of things. Yeah. And but yeah, that was but again, I don't want to completely recommend it because his theology is garbage, But the things that he was saying that were true were enough for me to be like, wow, this is a really good book.
Don't read it for the theology.
I wish that it was just a secular book, honestly. At that point,
better.
I feel like it would have been just a better secular self-help type book, you know, and not a religious book, because then I'm obviously overanalyzing everything that he's saying because he claims to be a Christian and a pastor. So it's kind of one of those things. But anyway, that was just, so I guess overall I've been very self-reflective this month, and I'm excited to get into the giving season and into even just trying to slow down myself now, even though like life is still really crazy. It's the busiest time of year for, I think, everybody, but really trying to check in with myself and make sure that I'm not overdoing it just for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's basically the biggest thing. I think we should get into these gifts.
Yeah,
so before we start, I want to do a little plug on our website, youngandwifedup.com. We have a 2021 gift guide that's still up there. If you are new to Young and Wifed Up just this year and you didn't come in before last year's like holiday season, we have tons of recos on there. And then it was you and I, and then our friend Shannon that works with us on the Facebook group. We all put our recos on the website, and it's really nice, and it has like pictures and little blurbs about why we like it. So I'm going to make sure to link that in the show notes so that everybody can go see it. And that's a really like good guide that we put a lot of work in last year, and so this will just be like an extension of that. So we're just adding on to our recommendations. So what is our first subject of giving?
Husbands / boyfriend,
significant other. Yeah. So what is your husband boyfriend gift?
Okay, so I put a massage gun.
Bless. We just talked about that tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
My husband uses a massage gun pretty frequently, and he does a lot of manual labor. I mean, even if like your man is like at a desk most of the day, like, I'm sorry, like neck tension, like the migraines, and just like all of that, like all of it can be affected. And I use a massage gun all the time, and I know how much it helps me. I just used it today. Yeah, it is so amazing. And so it's like, and you can like being able to like use it on yourself too. Like, you know, sometimes I just don't have the strength to like get into the right spot. With the right amount of pressure.
And there's really, like different, if you get like a fancy one with like tons of different attachments.
You know what? The one that we have is like really cheap. It was like $37 or something. And it has a bunch of like attachments and stuff to it.
Wow. That's awesome.
And it's really nice.
That would also be like a really good white elephant gift.
Wow, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever played those holiday games where you like everybody brings a gift and then
it gets stolen?
Yeah, and you have to like, it's like a game and you have numbers and stuff. That would be a fun one to do, or like a coworker party or something.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I put a Letterman multi-tool knife, and I was not aware that there's like this brand that everybody loves of multi-tool knives. I was just like, a multi-tool is a multi-tool. But apparently Letterman is like the
best,
top tier. And they are more on the pricey side. But if it's for your special somebody, and that can be your fancy gift, you can also on the website get it engraved. You could have like a scripture engraved. You could have their name engraved. Like you have up to so many like characters or whatever. And so my husband received one from one of his really close friends for Christmas last year. And he uses it all the time. So it's definitely a useful one. So if your husband has like a little pocket knife, or he has maybe like a dinky like Walmart multi-tool, give him a little upgrade with a Letterman and get it engraved for extra points, extra love points. Okay, let's move on to kids.
Okay, so I thought a long time about this. I ended up putting the Jez, I think this is how you say her, I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, Jez Alborough books, and they write the My Friend Bear books, like Where's My Teddy, My Friend Bear, the Big Bear, something like that.
Something about bears.
There's a few of them that are like in this like series of books, and I love reading them to my son. Like, sometimes I get them out. Seth doesn't even ask for them, but I get them out because I just want to read them.
That's cute.
And they're so funny and they're so cute. And they're nice big books and like have great illustrations. And usually Seth ends up laughing at them anyway. And so, and I think
what
some
category would you put it in?
Older kids would probably like it too.
Like, is it a storybook? Is it a living book? Is it a picture book? Is it like a...
I would say it's like a picture rhyming.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a book. You've read them before.
I literally cannot even think about them in my brain. I don't know why. I'm like, who are these people?
Oh my gosh, why is it so small?
I have no idea. I've
literally
never seen that in my entire life.
The books that I read to Seth are the ones that Mom had when we were kids.
Oh, I don't know. That one is blocked from my memory.
Anyway, they're really funny. I really like them. Seth really likes them. I think some of the jokes kind of like go over his head and he's like, okay. Like if you have like children, like school age children, they would probably really enjoy them. So yeah.
Wow, I think I need to dig into my memory box in my brain.
Excuse me. Yeah.
So this is something that Ryan and I have been doing for a long time. Is we give experiences to kids that are like older.
Wow, so sorry.
We've taken our godson to the zoo. We've taken Seth to Imagine City. You know, we've taken different kids to different places, especially when we know the kid has enough toys. Enough toys, and we just try, and then it's like a special memory that we have, you know, with them. So if you want to do something like that, that's a really good gift for the kids in your life, whether it be your own kids or if you're an aunt or whatever, or if you have close friends and you want to do something special with them, or if you want to give passes like season passes, annual passes for kids, and that could be like all of the kids. So say there's like a family of like 4 and you wanted to give all 4 kids aquarium passes or zoo passes for the year, then the parents only have to pay for themselves, or you can like go all out and get them the whole thing. And they're usually not super expensive. Like it depends on the zoo or where you're at. I've been like looking into like what the LA Zoo or the San Diego Zoo is, and it's between like $60 and $80 for like the lowest like tier or whatever for a pass. So I think that's a great gift. And yeah, you can do that for not just only the zoo or the aquarium, but if you have like any art galleries, or if you have if there's older kids or gardens or places where they have passes that you typically have to pay to enter, especially if it's like a homeschool family, that gives like a beautiful gift.
Field trips days.
Or like museums, stuff like that. So that's my idea for kids.
Yeah, I really like that. Okay, moving on to baby. So I decided to put the Kite Baby Sleep Sack. Kite is Kyte. Both of my boys have been using the Kite Baby Sleep Sacks since Seth was like 6 months old or something like that. Like when he transitioned out of a swaddle, maybe even earlier than that. And I love them. They're very durable. I've washed and dried the same one. In fact, Eli's using the one that Seth used to have, because the one Seth grew out of it, then Eli was big enough to wear it. So I was like, well, I'm not going to buy another one because this one is still in really good shape. Yeah. So I'm just going to use this one. They have a really good like muted colors and neutrals, which is really nice. And they have different, is it called togs? But it's like the weight of a blanket.
I understand.
So if you live in a state or an area where it gets really cold during the winter, then you get the heaviest weight.
Right.
Or if you live in like a really hot climate, then you get the lighter weight. Or some people get 2 for one kid and they kind of like switch between them depending on what season. But it's about $50 for a sleep sack, which is it's kind of on the average price, low average side. And I did a lot of research when I was looking for one for Seth, and this seemed to be like the best quality, and you get the most bang for your buck. And they're really soft, and yeah, I think it makes really great gifts.
It's a great gift, especially if somebody is having multiple babies and they can use the same one. It seems like it's very durable.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this one lasted up until the next one.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is also a my baby one is more like for the mom.
More. Yeah.
But it could be whoever for whatever. But so it is called the Tush Baby, and I think most everybody has seen it circulating on TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever, but it's essentially a seat for your hip for the baby to sit on, and it has little pockets and stuff, and it's honestly kind of
it's like pricey. A fanny pack.
Yeah, it's like a fanny pack, and it's pricey. It's like $70-$80 depending on which one you get. But I mean, it's like a mom that invented this, and I like watch her videos too when she gives them away for free when she sees somebody carrying babies on their hips. And so it's essentially like, of course, obviously everybody's like, well, but you can wear the baby, and like there's some people that prefer not to, or when the kid is turned into a toddler and they would rather, you know, sit on the hip for quick up and down and not have to do the whole ordeal with wearing a baby. You just put it around your hip and you buckle it. And then you have a bunch of pockets for different things. And then it has this little seat for the baby.
There's no back support. It's just a seat.
It's a little, it's like a little
but it takes
cushion.
The pressure off of your back.
Yes. So I've seen one of my friends use it, and she loves it. And you've tried it once to see how you liked it with Eli. And it would definitely be a solid gift for a mom and for a new baby and stuff. So obviously you wouldn't use it when you have a tiny little baby, but once they've kind of transitioned, when
they can hold their head up fine,
when they've transitioned into like from newborn to maybe older infant, then that would probably be more appropriate. But it's a really cool, and they come in different patterns and colors, and it's super cute. So that's a really good gift idea.
Okay, moving on to girlfriends. I literally could not think of anything. And honestly, all the ideas I had are gifts that I want to give. And so I didn't want to spoil anything. So I was like, well, I can't say that because I'm going to be giving that to somebody. And that's lame. So what I came up with was a weighted blanket.
Wow.
Which, I mean, I feel like
anybody
woman would enjoy. They're kind of expensive too. Like, I wouldn't spend money for myself to buy weight, but if somebody gifted it to me, I would be like, this is a solid gift. Like,
I think they really sell them at like Costco too, or Sam's Club too. I've seen them. Yes. Wow.
I wonder if they're better priced. Probably. Most likely. Yeah.
I think my mom's made a weighted blanket before. I'm sure you can make one. Because she made one.
I should just ask for her to make me one.
Yeah. But it was expensive.
It was, all the materials are kind of expensive. Because you have to buy this certain kind of...
weights and everything. Yeah. No, it's a really good gift. A weighted blanket. So everybody give Marcel a weighted blanket for Christmas.
I don't want like 5 of them. Talk amongst yourselves and figure out who's going to get one.
Okay, so this is actually funny because I'm putting something that was given to me. And this had been on like my wish list forever, but again, something I would never justify buying for myself. But I think you bought it for me for my birthday. It is a skincare fridge, and so that could mean many different things. So I'm going to explain. So it's essentially a
mini.
It's like a quarter of a fridge, like not even a quarter, like maybe an eighth. Of a fridge.
It's like half of a mini fridge.
It's tiny. Yeah. And the one that you got me, which I think is the oh my gosh, what is it called? It's that same company that does the facial hair removal stuff. What is it called? It's going to drive me nuts. Oh my gosh, you guys know. Somebody's yelling at
waxing?
me. No, it's the people that do like the razors and like they sell them at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Twinkle?
No. We're not on track at all. But anyway, I'll link the one that I got because I love it. But of course, there's like there's ones that have mirrors on the front.
Yeah.
There's one with lights on the front that you could do your makeup in front of, or you could do your face, your face mask and stuff. So it's a tiny little fridge, and you typically use it to store like face masks and moisturizers and stuff.
Finishing Touch?
Yes, Finishing Touch.
Or Vanity Planet?
No, Finishing Touch. So This skincare fridge that I have, you can do a hot or a cold setting. So it's not just one, but I have mine on the cold setting because I don't want anything to be hot. So I've seen some people that put like wet towels, like spa towels in there and put it on hot and heat them up, which is really cool. But
wow, I need to see if my skincare fridge has that. I should look. That's a really good idea.
I've also seen some people that use it if they're pumping or breastfeeding.
Yes.
And they'll store, like, they'll have it on their nightstand. So I have mine on my nightstand, which is not like the cutest thing to have on your nightstand.
No, it's kind of bulky, but
it's kind of bulky, but honestly, it's like so practical. Like, nobody cares.
No, I wanted to say I bought one right before Eli was born. And because I was pumping during the night, instead of having to get up and walk to the fridge, I would just put it in my skincare fridge.
Yes.
And then I could just take care of it in the morning. And I would keep snacks in there too. So like,
okay, so I was going to say, I keep my cute little chocolates in there. So I get the Unreal peanut butter cups, you guys. Oh, they're so good. And I just ran out. So I just ordered another batch from Imperfect Foods because they're on sale right now. And I put the buttercups in the fridge and they're so crisp and so good. I love them cold. And then I put my moisturizers in there. I have a face mask in there.
Or like your gua sha. You can
put my gua sha and I put my jade roller in there. And so when I do my skincare in the morning and in the evening, I just go over next to my skincare fridge and take it out. So I just think this is a super luxurious
very
gift.
Versatile.
Yeah, a very good gift to give a girlfriend because again, not a lot of people would buy that for themselves. It's not super pricey. Like I've seen a range of prices between like maybe $50 to $100, but again, if like that's the only thing you give, you know, to that person, it's such a solid gift.
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway, I really like mine. Thank you, Marcel.
You're welcome. Okay, going on to an older relative.
Which I feel like most people have the most trouble with finding gifts for.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of struggling too. I feel like your option is way better than mine, but I don't know. You guys can be the judge of this.
Yeah. We'll have a poll later.
So I decided to do a password logbook. I'm pretty sure you can find these on Amazon if you search for them. But I know, like...
From experience?
My poor Poppy. I should probably buy this for him.
Yeah, I think you do. Unless he loses that.
No. Then that's when your gift comes in.
Yeah, my gift will come in handy for that.
So what happens to him is... So we'll be helping him making like a new account for something, or he'll be trying to like re-log into something on his phone or whatever, some kind of app, or like if he's, I don't know, whatever it is. And so he'll forget what the password is. he'll do the forgot my password. And it's like, okay, we sent you the link to reset your password on your email. But then he goes to his email
and doesn't know his password.
And then it's logged out of his email. And then he's like, wait, what was the password to my email? And then he has to like...
It's a whole nightmare.
He's like made a new email accounts so many times just to like reset one password for one... It's just so bad. Horrifying. So like maybe, you know, some of you may relate if you have older grandparents, older parents in your lives. Yeah. An older friend at church that you spend regular time with. It's like there's this constant trying to re-log into the account information. It's like, you know, this might be a safe place for them to keep all of their passwords. They can write them down and then go back and reference them if they need to.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway.
So along the same lines for an older relative, I put a tile. So if you've seen these before, they come in different shapes and sizes. It's a Bluetooth device that helps you find your lost belongings. So the one that I think I got one for my dad, for my father-in-law, and for my grandpa, my Poppy. And essentially what you do is you put it on your phone or on your key ring. They even have card shaped ones to put in your wallet, or you could stick it in your car, wherever. And your phone is connected to it through an app, and you can help find those belongings. It'll make this shrieking noise to help you find it.
Yeah, it's
and
like an alarm.
So then when somebody says, like, what if I lose my phone? Well, you take whatever tile you have and you can press a button on your tile and it'll find your phone for you. So it kind of helps each other. So if you lose your phone, your tiles can help you find your phone. And if you lose your belongings, your phone can help you. Yeah. And I can't help you if you lose everything. At that point, it's like we're beyond help. But anyway, it's a super practical gift. Yeah. I got them for Father's Day. I'm pretty sure it was Father's Day this last time for all the older men. And it was super great. And obviously this could be great for anybody. I mean, I know I lose things sometimes too, but I think in particular, thinking about older relatives, this would be a perfect gift. And obviously you should help them set it up. You shouldn't just give it to them and then be like, good luck, figure it out. So I sat there and helped them download and did everything for them so that it's all set up for them.
Yeah.
Cool. Church ladies.
Okay. Church lady friends. I've been very into crocheting for many years. I've just recently gone back into it. Failed at my first project coming back, but that's okay. I'm going to redeem myself again. I found these really cute patterns for daisy flower crocheted coasters, and they are so adorable. If you just Google daisy flower crochet coasters, I think there's a couple blogs in particular that made posts about them. They're so cute. I might make some.
I think you might have to
some point. Yeah. And you can. It's like a dual color situation. And from what I saw, it's fairly beginner friendly. So even if you're like, I don't even know how to crochet, like it's honestly not that hard to pick it up. I found it fairly easy to get started. And if you're like trying to do something that's like fast and quick and easy, like it might just be like, 20 minutes per coaster.
Oh, wow. I might want to try that then.
Yeah. And they're so cute. So you could do like retro colors. You could do like neutral colors, just depending on like the vibe. Yeah. Like different friends have different styles and that sort of thing. So you can like customize that. I don't know. I really like DIY.
That's a great
homemade
idea.
Gifts like that. They're really cute. Yeah.
I also put a DIY gift
I saw that.
for church ladies. And so every year for the last 2 or 3 years, I can't remember, I make candles. I have like a whole setup, a whole system. I've gotten it perfected by now. So I've made candles, and I just collect jars over the year, and then I just make them, and then I buy the oils for the scents and stuff. So I just had an idea recently because I've made beeswax style candles, and it's like a pole, not a pole. What is it called?
It's a stick.
It's a stick, a candlestick.
Yeah.
And so essentially it's when you get the kits, and I got mine on Amazon, but I'm sure you can find them other places like craft stores and stuff. They send you a kit of the wicks, which is like, this one's like a fabric, like string material. Mm-hmm. And then they give you the sheets of beeswax. Mm-hmm. And so you shape it yourself, and you use the warmth of your hand to kind of shape it into the shape you want. And it's really easy to make. I've done it for our home. Like I'll wrap them and make them and put them out. And it's pretty affordable. And then it's less toxic because it's beeswax and not any other type of
like paraffin.
Yeah. And then if you want, you can drop little oils. Sure, I don't know. Somebody's gonna correct us.
Maybe I'm thinking of a pedicure situation.
No. I'm pretty sure it's paraben, not paraffin. Paraben. Anyway, all the bad stuff. You don't want that in your candle. And the cool thing that I had an idea to do is you could wrap it with string when you're done and put like lavender or like tie ribbons around it. You can make it super festive and holiday colors.
Yeah.
And so that would be a good idea too to hand out to your ladies at church, like make like a whole big batch of them and then hand them out. So anyway, I don't know. I might do it this time instead of my traditional jarred candles to kind of mix it up a little bit. Yeah. But okay, what about coworker or neighbor? So like an acquaintance situation. That's what I was trying to think of. Like when you're in a bind and you're like, I don't know what to give this person.
Yeah, I put homemade treats because you can make a lot of them. And
what's your tip though? Your tip for that?
I would say just try to find like a good allergen-free recipe just to be safe. I know people are like, oh my goodness, everything has to be gluten-free? But it's like some people genuinely
it's the most charitable thing to do.
Get very sick from eating certain things, and so instead of like having to go to every single coworker and neighbor and
what is your allergy?
Hey, do you have any allergies to anything? Yeah. Just to be safe, just like find a really good allergen-free recipe. Cookies, breads. You make like loaves of good pumpkin breads or banana breads, and then slice them up. Give a nice chunk to every coworker.
They make
farmer markets vibe.
Yeah, you know? I've also seen like at what do you call Home Goods? They have like tree bags that look like little gift bags. Like, you know what I mean? They look like a birthday present bag, and they're small. So you can put your treats in there. They have tons of that stuff at Home Goods and Marshalls and TJ Maxx and stuff. They have, and then you can like wrap it with a tissue paper if you want to make it a little bit more elevated and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put, so that's probably the more like thrifty one, because mine is probably a more expensive, more involved. So like, okay, so for example, like in my head when I was thinking about this one, I was thinking about like when we were connecting with the Del Frates in the beginning and like what I could have done when we were just like meeting our neighbor, you know, and getting to know them. I thought about like doing a Trader Joe's basket, like getting a cute little basket from the thrift store or Home Goods or something, and then going to Trader Joe's and get like a bag of coffee grounds and maybe a candle and maybe a soap and like the cookies, or you know, you can get tons of stuff, and you can even get flowers there or a little plant or a succulent there. So I thought about doing a Trader Joe's basket. Or going to the farmer's market and making a farmer's market basket. Like, I was like thinking if I were to do it now, I'd go to the goat soap lady and the truffle guy, the chocolate guy, and then the coffee guy and get a thing of stuff and maybe some produce, like some oranges or some fall or
tomatoes. Yeah,
like some fall or winter produce. And so that's a good idea to do. And I kind of want to make one just for fun now, because I'm like, that sounds fun. I want to make a Trader Joe's basket. Oh, maybe. It's like, honestly, like, what is it called when it's like a gift that's, it's edible. It's consumable gifts are really good gifts. Like, even if somebody gets me like cleaning products, I'm like, bless you, you know, stuff like that you can use, practical gifts or food. I think they're always a good bet.
Yeah. Okay, last one is a like general family gift. I put an ice cream machine.
Wow.
Mainly because I want an ice cream machine and Jed really wants an ice cream machine. Yeah.
Is there one that you can recommend?
No, not at all. I would say do some research, read reviews. It depends on how much you want to spend, because some of them are really expensive.
Yeah. Like, I think really I've seen expensive. the people that make the smoothies. What are they called? Hamilton? Hamilton Beach, or am I crazy?
Maybe. Yeah.
They have an ice cream machine.
There's one crazy. There's this one on Amazon, because Jed and I were looking into it one day, because I was like, I really want to learn how to make my own ice cream. There is never not ice cream in our freezer. We have it.
I think we have 6 pints right now.
Yeah, you for sure have way too much ice cream right now.
Well, it's because we host all the time, so we always end up getting the leftovers.
Yeah, but we have ice cream so much, and I'm like, I really just want to learn how to make it, because most ice cream just has like a ton of junk in it, and so I'd rather just make it myself. But we were looking up on Amazon ice cream machines, and there was this one frozen yogurt machine that was like $1,000.
What?
It was like $700,000.
Is it like industrial?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, who is buying this on Amazon? And not to like a restaurant retail kind of website, just like straight off of Amazon. Wow. It was crazy. And I was like, that's goals later in the future.
Yeah. When you win the lottery?
Or maybe it wasn't frozen yogurt. It was like soft serve. It was like a soft serve machine.
That would be my dream.
Yeah. It was really expensive.
Yeah,
we were like, not that. Something a little bit more
economical,
budget friendly.
Yeah, and that's a good family gift because then you can just give that one thing to the entire family and everybody can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had an idea so if you have a family that you're considering buying a family gift for, if you know if they play games and if what their favorite game is, Etsy has wooden versions of almost every game you could think of. It is so cool. So I've been looking into the Catan. We like playing Catan, super fun. They have like these bougie wood and you can engrave them and wow, they're so beautiful. And they're definitely on the pricier side, so that would be a family gift.
Yeah.
And then I've also seen, so Ryan and I, our favorite game is Rummikub, and I saw some really nice Rummikub sets too. And so there's basically I was like looking at different ones. There's like a Scrabble set. It's really nice and beautiful. There's obviously chess and checker sets. But there's like even like more modern games, they are making, wooden versions, or I've even seen marble versions, but that's like another level expensive that I could never ever do.
I don't know if that would be so kid friendly.
Yeah. So the wooden one is definitely more kid friendly.
Yeah.
And they're really well done. And so I would highly recommend especially if you know a family has like, that's their game, like we have friends with like Catan is like, that's their favorite.
You associate them with.
Yeah. And so, that would be a really good gift.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then I've seen like that they'll like engrave the names of the family members like on certain like parts and stuff like that. So that's just a really thoughtful gift. And so anyway, I'll link some of my favorite ones that I saw on Etsy that I was scrolling through today.
Oh, my bangs look crazy.
So I think that wraps up today's gift guide. But again, we're going to be uploading soon on our Patreon the expansion pack version.
Sure. You can call it
so
that.
we each have 7 more gift ideas that we're going to talk about in that episode. And so make sure you subscribe to our Patreon account for that. And then again, I don't think we've mentioned before, but when you subscribe to our Patreon account, you also get the backlog of everything that we've done, all the bonus episodes, all of the resources and everything that we've ever posted on there. If you do the sister tier and then the queen tier and then the bestie tier, you only get the first couple bonus episodes that we've done because the rest of them go to the middle and top tier. But yeah, all of the exclusive content, if from the past as well as present, you can get when you subscribe to us on Patreon. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We can't wait to talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.